Hi everyone. On this stormy, rainy, windy day, this is a big day to remind us that it's fall. So let's get at it here, as we always start with our PowerPoint slides. Woohoo! So again, it's Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020. Oh my God, September's almost over. We have like 43 something days left before the election. It's going to be crazy 43 days. Um, Okay, guys, I warned you about this last few days. It's going to be really rainy and windy today. As a weather system would be bringing widespread rain and heavy in spots and wind to the air Wednesday with showers continuing through at least Friday. Here are all the details. Look at that moisture surge. It looks like they call the Pineapple Express. They used to call that when the fronts used to come from Hawaii. But look at that. So this is Seattle, right? So there's going to be localized flooding in urban areas, local power outages. Winds are going to be a little high today. I'm not sure what the forecast is, but definitely they're forecasting for wind. A lot of rain. You know, when you get 1.26 inches of rain, that's a lot of rain. So you guys, you got to remember that we get on an average of 37 inches of rain a year. So when you get over 1.25 inches in one day, that's a lot of rain. And we're going to get like over half an inch on Thursday, not so much, less than a half an inch on Friday and Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday. And then return to kind of semi-normal, mostly sunny Monday, Tuesday, and I believe a little bit further on. So it'll be nice starting Monday. So we're going to have a pretty crappy 5 days here. Welcome to the fall. I guess that matches our mood in the nation, right? Okay, I can't, this is called incompetence. He should be impeached for this. We should have an impeachment hearing. He continually has these coronavirus super spreading events. Look at how many people he had, and look at how tightly packed they are. And look at how, if you can't see from this angle, but a lot of the reporters said that there's very few people that had masks on because for Trump, he's made it political. It's kind of like a badge of honor if you don't have a mask. And the only people that have masks were the campaign people put masks on the people that were behind Trump so that that could be shown on TV. But that is crazy. I mean, there's going to be so many people that will contract, COVID-19 coronavirus from this rally event and from all his events. And a lot of these people are not just from that area; they're from multi-state areas because this was in, I believe, around outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's going to be people from Ohio. There's going to be people from Pennsylvania, or so they're start Pennsylvania, but people from all around Kentucky, from all around that area, Michigan, from Indiana. So it's going to spread not only to the people around Pennsylvania, but amongst all these states. So this is what they call a super spreading event. And Donald Trump is complicit in this. Like I said, he lies about the use of the mask, and 200,000 plus have died, and they reached that landmark, I believe, just yesterday or 2 days ago. The other thing too that is of concern is that the U.S. faces another rear wave. It looks like there is definitely an uptick based on post Labor Day, because obviously Labor Day is a lot of gatherings of large groups of people. And the other thing that's happening is that we're starting fall when people are more indoors. And also we have the flu. Fortunately, yesterday, and it's a reminder, get your flu shot, get your flu shot, get your flu shot. It's very important to get your flu shot because you don't want to have the flu and then get coronavirus. That would probably be not a good combination. Fortunately, here in Seattle, King County, we're actually doing very well. So we have not seen a spike in coronavirus cases post Labor Day, like most of the nation has. So you can see there, the positive cases have pretty much been on the downward spiral since our height just before at the end of July was when we had our spikes, and everything else is looking pretty good in terms of admissions, death rates, et cetera. They're really low, or they're actually trending down. So we're doing very good. So everyone in Seattle, King County is continuing to wear masks, continuing to maintain social distancing. So that's how we're going to win this. Unfortunately, overall, throughout the US, it's not going to be as so nice. So again, we just passed 200,000, So this is the University of Washington Institute of Health Metrics. They've been the #1 leading organization that has great projection modeling in terms of the number of deaths, the number of cases of coronavirus. And they have a lot of modeling data. They put a lot of information in there, and they obviously been fine tuning it, doing their projection, getting actuals, fine tuning their models. So their models are pretty damn accurate. And actually, the White House uses these, and a lot of news organizations uses. So again, today we're at 200,000, as you can see. So the projection is, for example, let's say, projections like kind of status quo. Certain states have mask requirements, certain states don't. So that's kind of status quo. So if we just maintain status quo, we're going to go from 200,000 deaths to 378,000 deaths by January 1st. Okay, that's a lot of people. That's almost double. That's almost double where we're at today, which is at the, September 23rd. So in less than October, November, December, less than this over 3 months, we're going to double the number of people, practically double the number of people they're going to be killed. But let's say that we had a leader in the White House that would say, like Joe Biden, that would say, okay, universal masks. Everyone in the United States is required to wear a mask when they're outside, at a store, in a restaurant, at a store, etc. That projection would be 263,000 deaths, and that will be 114, almost 115,000 less deaths than the current projection of 378,000. That is incredible. I mean, Trump has his head up his ass. He just doesn't get it. And unfortunately, people are going to die. Like I said, Trump lied and people die. So let's maintain what we're doing here in King County. Here's a great couple of things I'm going to show you, and I'll just show you here a great interview from Bob Woodward about Trump, and all the interviews he had with Trump and writing his book Rage. Is with Joy Reid yesterday. That was a very good interview, and Bob Woodward did not hold back. And I'm going to show you a great ad that's a kind of inspiring ad from the Biden-Harris campaign that just got released last night. So we are going to go ahead and show both of those to you.
Trump is taking his talking points from China, I think will shock a lot of people. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, it surprised me, but what's most shocking, Joy, is that he's running around talking about giving himself, I think yesterday or a couple of days earlier, an A+ for his handling of this. And 200,000 people in our country have died. I'm embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed for the country that somebody could run around and say things like that and apparently believe them. Again, we don't know. He abrogated his responsibility as the leader in two ways. In an early interview I did with him, I asked, what's the job of the president? And he said, the job of the president is to protect the people. On that front, he's failed miserably. Second job of the president is to tell the truth. And he was warned in a key meeting that will be written about in the history books for decades, I believe, January 28th, when his national security team told him in a top secret meeting that, as Robert O'Brien, the national security advisor, said, the virus is going to be the biggest national security threat to your presidency. The deputy, Matt Pottinger, laid out why. He had contacts in China. He knew they were lying and covering up, and that this was going to be like the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. Trump knew that, and he did not share that information in any form with the American people. It is, I've never seen a president who would be so indifferent to his responsibility to take care and to warn us when something dangerous is coming.
You know, and Donald Trump has tried to write off your book, even though there are tapes of everything that he said, as to really blame you for, not going forward with the information that you had, which is ridiculous. You're a journalist. Your job is to do journalism. But you were also writing a book, and you are also
but it's
deputy
a fair
editor at the
question,
Washington
Joy.
Post. But let me ask you a question. Yeah, because were you tempted as you heard this information, and you're alarmed by hearing, oh, he knows it's airborne, especially that airborne, that word sticks in my head. Did you think to yourself, maybe I just need to write a story about this? Forget the book. Let me just write a story and put it in the Washington Post.
No, because I would do this. I have a public safety, public health responsibility as a journalist. If I know something, first of all, I didn't know whether it was true. And it was very clear in the context of February, he was talking about China. The doctors, Dr. Fauci, at the end of February was saying everyone can go to the gym and the movies and the malls. And it was only in March when it exploded. There's no story for me to do because everyone knows it's airborne and it's deadly. I did not learn until May about the January 28th key meeting when he was told that. Then I realized that's what he was talking about. And I asked him about that. And that's when he said, oh, I like to play it down. I like to play it down so he doesn't want to create panic. Now, that is absurd. If you know the people you are leading, one of the great things in our country is when people are told the truth, they will rally, they will gather together. Look what happened after 9/11. George W. Bush mobilized the country, the Congress, the world about the terrorist attacks and organized a response. And Trump just buried his head in the sand on this. I've done this for almost 50 years, reporting on presidents, and it's one of the most outrageous acts of negligence and indifference. And as I quote Tony Fauci, the head of infectious diseases in our country, that he, in these meetings with Trump, the only thing Trump was interested in was re-election.
Wow, that was a amazing interview with Bob Woodward, who's covered presidents for 50 years, as he said. Let's go out on a positive note here. Let's watch this Get Hype, Go Vote Joe Biden campaign ad that was just released last night. This is amazing. Hope you'll make this feel this is a great positive one.
Please welcome my husband, Joe Biden.
Former Vice President Joe Biden just released that announcement.
Joe Biden is now a 2020 presidential candidate.
Biden will enter this race as the front runner.
I know Joe. We know Joe. But most importantly, Joe knows us.
Candidates coalescing around Joe Biden.
His campaign made history.
Joe Biden has selected Kamala Harris as his running mate.
This is your campaign.
Now's the time to fight for what we believe in.
The 2020 presidential election is less than 2 months away.
The presidential race is tight.
This election is in no way predetermined, and it's going to be close.
Yeah.
We have got to vote like our lives depend on it.
That was amazing. That makes me feel good. You see all the great people. You see Joe Biden, you see Kamala Harris, you see President Obama, and you see Michelle. Who else could you want to see? Those are the rock stars for the Democratic Party. So hopefully that makes you feel good about challenging today, Wednesday. I know it's going to be kind of a windy and wet day, so stay inside, start your fire going, get a nice little maybe split pea soup or some nice hearty soup out there and enjoy the day and keep warm. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.